nothing. I'm tuning back into another video. Today is gonna be the South OC Cars and Coffee Meet. I'm actually here right now, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of exotics, supercars, hypercars, and I'm gonna be asking them what they do for a living. What's up, guys? I'm with my boy John here with this beautiful white 2014 GTR, and I want to ask people, what do they do for a living?
From the city of LA, side gigs, just regular guy.
And what advice would you give to your younger self?
So I don't know if it's a popular opinion, but I would say just to stick with what you like doing and don't necessarily stress too hard over going to college.
Okay. And another question too is that what was like your breaking point where you were like, you know what, enough is enough, you know, I need to do better for myself, and you want to be like out of the loop?
Just seeing everybody else doing what I've been talking about. You know, it's one thing to talk about, you know, one day I want this, I want to do that. It's just, you gotta start doing something that makes it yourself and not waiting for other people to put you on to something or to tell you how to do it. You just gotta figure it out for yourself.
And what advice would you give to others that like want to be out of that matrix, like to get out of that 9 to 5, to break that loop? Like, what advice would you try to give them?
Make sure you're able to do something like that. Just don't do it and be homeless.
Right.
If you got a job that allows you to work at home or spend less time doing it than all day, right. Start working on your craft. And if you do, then after that, like at night when you're at home watching TV or everybody else is, get to work on what you want to do, and then make that move when you're able to do something.
For sure, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for your time. I'm with my buddy Brendan and his Porsche 911 GT3. And a lot of people want to know what you do for a living.
I'm a software quality engineer.
Software quality engineer, and what is that exactly?
So it's a branch of software engineering where you test the software that the software engineers are developing. So you find the bugs and make sure it's working and fix the problems before the public gets to use it.
Okay. And what did you do before this? Like before all this happened, you know, like before like everything of this happened, like what did you do before this?
I went to college for software engineering and then got a job out of that and then saved up and paid off my debt, and then the next goal was the exotic car.
Okay. And if you can go back to give advice to your younger self, like what would it be?
Maybe don't be so frugal with your money. It's okay to spend a little and have fun as long as you're preparing for the long term.
Right.
Yeah, I was a little stingy with my money at some points,
Hey
but
man,
it worked out.
But sometimes you have to be, because you got this.
Exactly. So I can't say I regret that. But
Right, exactly.
Just to consider, it's always good to spend money on social and fun stuff.
Of course, definitely. And also, what would you give advice to other people that are like, they're in that 9 to 5, that they want to break that loop, and they're like, you know what, I want better for myself. What advice would you give them?
I'd say continuous learning and self-development. And you just need to find a side hobby besides your real job that can lead to something else someday, which is my next goal. So, like, you gotta look out for yourself because your job's not gonna look out for you.
Exactly. There you have it, man. Get passionate about something that you love and look out for yourself.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm here with my boy Tony, and I'm here with this 2019 Lamborghini Aventador. And a lot of people want to know, what do you do for a living?
So I own one of the biggest body shops in California called City Collision Center, and I'm also one of the West Coast biggest wholesalers. So I buy and sell about 300-400 cars a month.
Oh, okay. And what advice would you give to your younger self?
My younger self is just like the greatest success is through people. I put all my value into people, not objects or businesses, because it's people that have made me successful. So meeting people and relationships is what made me successful. So the best value is meeting people, because you never know who's going to have a touch in your future.
Another question that people want to know is that, like, what did you do before this that you were like, you know what, enough is enough, that you wanted to get out of that loop, out of that 9 to 5, that you were like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, I want more, I want better for myself?
So, great question. I used to work for TaylorMade Golf. So I used to be in charge of ordering components to build golf clubs. And I had a 9 to 5, and I had an opportunity to do my own business, and I had to risk it all. If you're not willing to risk something, you can't really expect great success. And there's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with a regular job. But I was just at the point that I was willing to risk it all, and it worked out, But I like to read, I like to go back to Donald Trump's books. Donald Trump had 5 businesses fail before he had one be successful. So you can't be afraid of failure, but eventually you're going to hit success.
And also, what advice would you give to other people that like are in that loop though to break that matrix?
No, it really comes back to just, finding something you're passionate about and doing something you love. I've always loved cars, and I had a lot of other regular jobs, but I love cars. And then that's how I got into wholesaling. I had enough money to buy one car, and then buy it, fix it up, and sell it. 2 cars, 3 cars. Now I do 300-400 cars a month. You would have asked me back then if I thought I'd be doing as many cars as I do now. Absolutely not. But you never know what the future holds. But find something you love, and you're going to have a greater chance of success with it.
And so there you have it, guys. Stick with your goals, find something that you love, and you can be like this guy having a 2019 Aventador, man.
And I feel very blessed. That's what Straight Up Driven's all about.
That's
Chase
also
your dreams.
blessed.
That's D Up.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Pleasure.
You're in the video.
Yeah, get in the video too. He's asking you questions.
All right, I'm with my buddy Ryan with his Ferrari FF, and I just want to know, what do you do for a living, man?
I have an e-commerce business.
E-commerce business.
Yes, I sell colored window tint.
So, what did you do before this?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
I did years
Really?
ago. Yeah.
And how did that work out for you?
It wasn't as fun as you think.
No?
No.
I would assume maybe it would be, but
It was fun for a while.
what was like your breaking point where you're like, enough is enough, man? You know, like I don't want to live like this anymore. But then you're like, enough is enough.
When I was like working at my friend's rap shop, scrubbing their toilets, trying to make an extra $100, I was like, man, I got to start something and start my own business, and then that's how I got into e-commerce and it changed my whole life. Yeah.
It's pretty good, man. So, and also, like, what advice would you give to other people that are trying to break that, like, 9 to 5, break that matrix and be out of that loop and start living, more luxurious, in a way?
Hustle, start your own business. Yeah, 9 to 5 just doesn't pay. You have to work 24/7.
Right.
So that's, if you want it, or manifestation too. If you manifest it, then it can happen.
Manifestation, and if you want it hard enough, you'll get it. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm here with my buddy Eric and his E46 M3 wagon, and a lot of people want to know.
So I'm the owner of Carbon Classic. We do custom carbon fiber steering wheel for any vehicle.
Okay. And what did you do before this?
Before that, I was actually a marketing intern in a VR company.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
Didn't go really well. I tried to, after the intern, I tried to get into a regular job, and then that was kind of like a struggle. And I went back to see what I really like. I love cars since I was I grew up, so I want to do something business with car-related stuff. So I guess start with this.
And what advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't hesitate when you're young, when you still have time. Just do it. Don't be afraid. Don't think too much.
Okay. And also, like, what would you give advice to other people that are like in that 9 to 5, that are trying to break that matrix, they're trying to break that loop? Be like, you know what? Like, I want better for myself, but they just don't know where to start.
Just find something you're interested in and just invest in it. No problem. Be yourself.
Be yourself, exactly. Be yourself, man. All right, guys, I'm with my buddy Len. He has Lucid Motors. And everyone wants to know, what do you do for a living?
I'm the head of customer experience for Lucid Motors.
Head of customer experience, okay. And what did you do before this? Before the whole electric thing, before all this happened?
I've been in consulting for about 10 years now.
Consulting? Oh, okay. And what advice would you give to your younger self?
To me, it was about finding passion. I got a real passion for sustainable mobility. About 2014, I got my first electric, and that gave me something I'm just super passionate about. And to find that passion really gave me a better outlet for a work point of view. Right, I'm doing something that I believe in very much. It's meaningful to me.
Of course, because you always have to have something that you believe in, right?
Exactly right.
Right. And what advice would you give to the people that are like in that loop, they're at that breaking point where like enough is enough, where like they want better for themselves? Like, what advice would you give them?
It's about finding something that really means something that gets in the belly, in your heart, something you really believe in, something that ignites your passion. That's been my best path to satisfaction, both personally and professionally.
Right. So you guys, well, there you have it, man. You have to find something that you're passionate about, and if you're really passionate about it, you can do anything that you want in this life. All right, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, man. So I'm with my buddy Frank, and he owns a Lamborghini. As you can see, yeah, it shoots flames, guys. It shoots flames. See, I saw it at the Origins meet. So a lot of people love to know, what do you do for a living, man?
I have multiple businesses. I do an exotic rental company. I have cars that I rent out in the fleet. So I actually rent out this car sometimes. Sometimes, not
all the time. 'Cause that's just his personal car.
Yeah, it's my personal car, but at the end of the day, I love money. So
Right.
I will do anything for it. So. Yeah.
And also, like, what did you do before this?
Actually, before this, I worked at a bakery. I worked at a bakery in Ontario. I was getting down and dirty, working 10 to 12 hours.
And how long did you do that?
I did that for about 6 years.
6 years?
6 years. At that time, I was actually making pretty good money. I was making like $27 an hour. 5-6 years ago, that's quite a bit of money.
Right.
So I thought I was balling back then. I thought I was doing great, but now I'm at a little different level.
So, like, what was like your breaking point when you were like, you know what, enough is enough. I want a little more better for myself. That where you got to something like this.
To be honest, like, you know, I was more driven to, like, you know, try to be in the car community and try to do a lot of stuff. I used to have Evos back in the days, the Evolutions, the Mitsubishi.
I have one too.
Yeah, I had like 4 of them, ran through them like crazy.
I don't have 4, but
well,
I have one.
Not
I have
4
one, I
all
don't have
together,
4.
not 4 together, but you know, back to back to back.
Right.
So it was definitely, I wanted to be part of the car scene, and who doesn't love Lamborghinis? So
Right, exactly.
I went for it. To be honest, I was very hesitant on getting it, but I just used it. Oh, Peter! And then I end up just going for it. I put a lot of down just to get it, but to be honest, it was more of a business proposition.
Right.
You know, for me to try to, you know, expand my horizons. To be honest, you have to take risks.
Of course.
If you don't take risks, you're never gonna grow.
It's true, man. You always gotta take risks for what you want.
Exactly.
And also, man, another question that people like to know, like, what advice would you give to other people that are in that matrix still, that are like, you know what, I'm trying to break out of that loop, but like they just can't yet?
To be honest, I guess like the best thing to do is, you know, save up money. You know, to be honest, I know nowadays it's hard to save, but as long as you try to set a foundation of a goal plan of, you know, to save a certain amount of money, because when there's a time it's gonna hit and you're really gonna have an opportunity to invest in something, at least you're gonna have the capital to do it.
Right.
You know, for me, like I had like 1 pair of shoes that I bought for like 2 years just because I was stacking up money, and all my friends were going out. I just cared about saving. And when the opportunity hit, I had money, even took out some money at my 401k just to invest. And because of that, I was able to grow. And it was a great opportunity for me to do it.
Okay, see, man, there you go. You have it. Stack up money and invest, guys. Don't just be spending money like crazy. And one day you can get something like this. All right, guys, there you have it. As you can see, I asked a bunch of people. I'm not gonna lie, I asked maybe like 15, and I got a bunch of no's, but those yeses, they mean everything to me, because obviously a lot of people don't like talking on camera, and I'm actually one of them, but I actually try to break out of my bubble every now and then. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace.